Okay, well, we're live. So we want to welcome everybody to this 10K Club Hangout. I'm going to ask that if you're not talking on the panel, please mute yourself out so that we'll have a clean hangout here tonight. But let me mute something out loud right quick. Okay, so anyway, I want to welcome you all to this hangout. We have a panel of superstars on here tonight. These are people that have made at least $10,000 or more in profit combined. We're talking both on the eBay and affiliate side. So, give me 1 second. Okay, there we go. All right, so these are people that have made at least $1,000 or more in profit on the eBay and Amazon side, also the affiliate side. So basically $10,000 in commissions total combined. Again, we have a panel of superstars here tonight, and we're basically going to share with you how we did it. This is not going to be a typical, straight testimonial type of hangout. I don't have any notes or anything written down um, with questions that I was planning to ask. I'm just going to go with the flow, like my mentor Jeffrey Collins tell me, and basically let you all connect with these individuals and take something from them tonight that could help propel your business to the next level. And also, if you're looking to get started in what we're doing here with DS Domination, what we're going to share with you tonight would definitely help catapult your business to the next level. So with that being said, I'm just going to tell you briefly about myself here. I've been in this industry since about 2005. From a production standpoint, I actually started producing in 2006. 2005, I started out like most people, joined the wrong person or the wrong sponsor, was joining new companies every single week because I thought that's what I was supposed to do. But I realized that I was following the wrong person, wasn't making any progress, nor was that person who I was following was making progress. So I immediately disconnected myself from that individual, found another company that were actually having a $1 promotion or something like that, got into that company, and within 4 months' time, I was able to replace my job income with that particular business. I stayed with that company for, I believe, 2.5, 3 years, transitioned out, did some other things in between that time up until this point, had mediocre success for the most part up until last year. I don't know how this even happened, but I ended up getting to a place to where I ended up leaving another company before that company went out of business. I was making good money with that company, and then I was focusing on an affiliate program, which which from an illusional standpoint, I thought I was making more money than I actually was with that company, and come to find out I really wasn't. So I was in a position to where I had to almost go back to work. And then I found DS Domination and, went hard with it. And 5 months later, we're close to $100,000 in profits total, if we're not already there, in 5 months. So that's where we are right now. But the thing that really attracted me to this company is not the credentials and all these numbers and stuff that I can put up, but for the most part, the people that we are going to be presenting this opportunity to, the team of people that we are going to collaborate with and help build their business. This is what appealed to me the most, because in network marketing, internet marketing, affiliate marketing, or whatever type of marketing it is, a home business, whichever language you understand, it's all about building a community. And of course, if you plan on creating, leveraging your business, you're going to have to build some type of team. Okay, let's be honest about that. However, from past experiences and companies I've been with, I've, for the most part, been the only person making money, and I didn't want that to happen again. So I was actually on my way out when DS Domination was shown to me. I was like, forget it, I'm not going to build a team anymore. But due to the simplicity of this company and what we have here, this is a program that anyone can make money with. You don't have to recruit. You don't have to be a guru. You really don't even have to have experience if you don't want to, and you can build a significant income with this company. And when you position yourself in a company like this, that the average person can really make money. Now, traditionally, in a network marketing company, you hear that average people don't make money, which is true. Okay, they're not lying when they say that. You're not going to make any real money in a traditional network marketing company being average. But with this company, if you just totally disregard the affiliate side of the business and you only want to do eBay and you just only want to remain average and you can follow instructions, you can make a lot of money. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and jump into this panel here tonight, and I guess I'm going to start with Miss Rachel down there. Okay, you look surprised. All right, so I'm going to start with you and give you an opportunity to tell the world a little bit about yourself.
My name is Rachel Kelly, and I have been, let me back up. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I have 3 children. My youngest has Down syndrome, so I have a special needs child. I've been in the industry since, my goodness, it's been a long time, but I actually came online in 2000 and, let me see, it was 2000, oh wow, I forget about what year it was. He was born 2000 and, oh my goodness, okay, so about 2009, 2008, I came online. Okay, I got it. It was 2008, I came online, kind of like Reginald. I joined up under someone who, recruited me, and pretty much, was just, every time we turned around, it was giving me an opportunity, check this out, check this out, check this out. So, kind of like rode the wave, jumping from one program to the next, looking for hope, looking for the right opportunity. Was in many programs. I've been in many programs, and I've made some money. I've had some success in them, but absolutely nothing like DS Domination. Nothing like DS Domination. So that's just a little bit about me, Reginald.
All right, thank you, Rachel, for jumping out. We're going to come back to you, of course. Now, next we want to move to the fabulous Pamela Lawhorn. I'm the only one to call her government name. Hopefully, she did not freeze up on us. All right, but go ahead and jump out there and tell the world a little bit about yourself.
Not the government name. Lord have mercy. I think the last time I heard that name was in elementary school, and that was a long time ago. Hi guys, my name is Pam Lawhorn, and I'm originally from Chicago, Illinois, even though you can't tell from the now southern drawl that I developed when I moved down to the south about 20 years ago. Yeah, I'm from Chicago, and so I've been in the South actually now for about 20 plus years. I actually love it here in the South. I live in Atlanta. Via Charlotte, I was there for about 20-something years. So yeah, I'm a Southern girl now, and people don't believe that when they hear this drawl. But I have been self-employed for about 20 years, and I've been in online marketing for approximately 8 years. And I started in coaching and consulting, helping other coaches and consultants put together programs for their business, and ended up in internet marketing. I think it was a natural progression, and didn't think I would like it originally because of what I thought the business was. But honestly, I love, love, love what I do. DS Domination is realistically a natural fit for me because it allows me the best of both worlds. I can coach and consult with people and help them and use leverage to build the perfect business and show people how they can actually have a dream business where you can have a life. Before, I didn't really have a life. I was constantly having to coach people and spend what I call trading hours for dollars, because even though I was making money, I was having to work to make every dollar I made. And like for today, I actually took off most of the day and came back and had made a whole bunch of money. And that's what I love about this business is I have the ability to make money, have a life, help other people, show them how to do the same, and I'm not a slave to my computer anymore. So that's pretty much about me and where I come from and how I got in this business and why I smile all the time now, because I actually love what I do and I get paid a lot of money. I say that to people all the time. We get paid a lot of money to show people how to make a lot of money. I mean, what other business can you do that in where it works for everyone? They can start today, make money tomorrow, and like with me, within a month, be making a whole lot of money. So that's why we smile all the time, I think, because we get paid so much. All right, back to you.
All right, thank you for jumping out. Can you all still hear me? Because I got this thing in my ear over here, so I can hear you all better. Okay, yeah. Cool. All right, well, the next person we're going to go to is Miss Keisha Bass, who is on the West Coast. And just jump out there and tell the world a little bit about yourself.
All right. Thanks for having me tonight, Reginald, on the panel. My name is Keisha Bass out in the Pacific Northwest. I am a little country girl that had a dream that she could make money from the internet, and thank God for DS Domination. I was able to do just that. I'm a former IT person, so I'm a geek at heart. But I just love what I do. I'm a stay-at-home mom now. Have two amazing young boys that are 4 and 13. So I was out all day, pretty much with them, and still was able to make money. So I just love it. So that's my life. I'm living it. Back to you, Reginald.
Cool. You all are being quick tonight. No long-winded
Keep
people
going.
here.
I mean,
Oh, okay. All right. Cool. All right. Well, we're gonna go to the Midwest here in Chicago area. Josh Jacobs. So go ahead and jump out there and tell the world a little bit about yourself.
Thanks for thanks for having me on tonight, Reggie. My name is Josh Jacobs. I am a 21-year-old full-time college student slash entrepreneur, and I got into this industry when I first turned 18, but I was kind of on and off because, I never made money, and it was, I am not going to continue to work at something if I'm not seeing the results, and you know, uh, luckily, I went through a few different things. I started stock trading, I did real estate, but luckily about a year ago, I got back into the industry and took it more seriously than I did when I was 18, and found DS Domination in the end of October, started really working at the beginning of November, and things have been going, absolutely phenomenal. I mean, I've built up an income that, by the way, income disclaimer, results may vary. We don't know if you're going to work. We don't know if you're typical. We don't know what the situation is, but I'm just going to tell you that the possibilities with DS Domination are endless. Okay, I'm 21 years old. I've built up a monthly income that I literally was dreaming of. I never, I was expecting to make maybe $1,000, $2,000 a month. I was never expecting to get to where I'm at today, but now that I'm here, I know what's possible, and I know how much farther I'm going to go, and DS Domination is the vehicle that's going to take me there. There's nothing else that could do it like this company does, so thank you.
All right, appreciate you for jumping out, bro. And next we're gonna go to Charlotte, superstar, another superstar on the panel, Miss Jen Glidden. Go ahead and tell the world a little bit about yourself.
Hey, Reginald. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for having me, Reginald. Great to see you all tonight. Thanks for coming out. I'm really excited to be here. My name is Jen Glidden. I do live in with my husband and my young son, and I actually went through the standard track, and I went to college, got a good job, and it was just tearing me up inside. I was sick and all that, so I left my job and started a business. And so I've actually had a few businesses since that first business that I started, and real estate is actually what brought me online. I was learning how to market our business using the internet instead of just signs and all that. So came online, got into some online businesses, and it wasn't until I found DSD that I really got some traction and started making money. Like Josh said, income disclaimer. My results are going to be different from your results. Some people make more than I do, some people make less than I do, but I have been amazed because every month my income has been doubling so far. So I'm really excited about that. I'm really excited to be here. And honestly, the thing that I'm most excited about is that when I bring people into the business, they are making money too, and that makes it worthwhile. Back to you, Reginald.
Okay, sorry, my mouse, I'm muting myself out, and the mouse thing is hiding from me over here, so sorry about that. But anyway, we're going to go back down to Atlanta, Atlanta's own shirt and tie guy, Jock Morris. Go ahead and jump out, buddy, and tell the world about yourself.
All right, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Very well. So first and foremost, I want to thank everybody for being on the panel this evening. Thank you, Reggie, for putting the UOP, the Unit of Prosperity, together here with DSD. Just a little bit about myself. I'm a 38-year-old stay-at-home dad, live here in Atlanta, Georgia, with my wife and my 3 kids. And back in April of 2011, I was actually driving trucks, had my B-class CDLs, making about 45 grand a year, and I walked away from that job. I just quit. No unemployment, no government assistance, just a little savings in the bank. And my mindset was, I've always been an entrepreneur, but I had just really felt that if I could figure the internet portion out, that I could do really well, because I've always done well with connecting with people. And I've been in this industry, as far as the home-based business industry, ever since I was 18. So we're talking about on and off for the better part of, say, 20 years or so. But again, I came online June 2011, that summer, and came across a number of different programs, worked them, made some money, and with each program and each success, I always thought that was the one. But like many other people in this industry, there was always a problem, because I would build teams, I would make money, and then you would see attrition to the point where I couldn't keep up with the attrition, or better yet, I couldn't put people in faster than what they were quitting. And so that always becomes very discouraging, because your income goes up, but then it slides down. So off and on for the better part of 2 years, I struggled. I made thousands, I spent thousands, and even got scammed out of a few thousand a couple times. And me personally, being an entrepreneur, I don't mind losing money, but what really hurts is when you bring people on board and they lose money. So I was at a point, I was really at a crossroads with my business. Again, I was making money. I was contemplating going back to corporate America. I had some projects that I was going to do a few months out. And literally, some of my business partners that I work with, they had jumped into DSD. They had told me about it. And honestly, I didn't want to hear it. I didn't want to hear anything about e-commerce, drop shipping. Like many of you that may be looking at this, I was just like, that's not my thing. That's not my thing. But sometimes you don't know what your thing is until you actually open up your mind and be receptive to something new. So initially, I got in, and like many people in DSD, I spent $20 and I did absolutely nothing. So we all know what the equation is. Nothing from nothing leaves nothing. So I did that for about 3.5 weeks, and then finally I said, well, let me see what's going on here. Let me just kind of get a feel for what these people are doing, because they seem to be pretty excited about something, and I love to get excited, if you know me. So December the 4th, I actually made the decision to become an affiliate. Made one video. I told the world, I'm just getting started. I haven't enrolled anybody. I haven't made $1. I'm just getting started, and I'm getting ready to rock and roll. Well, that particular $20 decision that day changed my life, and literally things have been going progressively up, faster than what I can actually keep up with. And currently, income disclaimer, but currently I'm actually generating over $1,000 a week in profits. And you're talking about somebody that previously it took me 7 years to make $10,000 in one company. And so here with DSD, I actually did it in 71 days, and that's documented. So that's a little bit about me, a little bit about my story with DSD. I have a lot more to share, but I'm going to pass the mic back to Reggie.
All right, thank you, bro, for jumping out there and sharing that with us. We're going to come back to you here in a bit. Next person I want to go to is Freddie out of the California area. Go ahead and jump out and tell the world a little bit about yourself.
Hey guys, how's everybody doing? My name is Freddie Bauman. I am a stay-at-home dad from San Diego, California. I actually stay home with my 2 little girls. I have a 4-year-old and a 1-year-old, so I literally only have about less than an hour a day to devote to this business. But a little bit about myself. I was actually introduced to the network marketing residual income concept when I was about 17 years old. And somebody took me to a meeting, and when I looked up on that board and I saw those circles, and I saw, if I got 3, who got 3, who got 3, who got 3, who got 3, and they told me that if I did that, that 2,187 people were going to be on my 7th level, all spending $50 on long distance, and I was going to get 5% of that, and I was going to be rich. And a lot of you probably heard the same story. So I went out and I put in 12 people. You know, so based on that math, I should have got 4 times the results. But what happened to me instead was 12 people got 5, who got 3, who got 2, who got 1, who got 0. And after about 2 years, I had made $2,000 at about 50 people in my organization, and my residual income check was about $12 a month. So, you know, I was disheartened, but the idea of residual income stuck with me since I was 18 years old. And the idea of network marketing was always just, it was just in my head, and I could never get out of it. So, you know, when I was in my mid-20s, I finally came across, you know, I kind of got back into the internet side of it, and I realized that I could get traffic and I could reach larger amounts of people. So throughout the years, I've sold everything from weight loss shakes to I've sold joint pills for dogs, you know, that have bad joints. You know, I've sold Rosetta Stone. I mean, you name it. I mean, coffee. I've done it all, and I've sold everything. And the thing that I realized was that I could sponsor people, and you know, at a point, I ended up getting, you know, fairly good at sponsoring people. You know, I could bring in 50 people into an organization, but what I realized was that the stuff I was doing on the internet was too complicated for the average person. And even though I could bring in 50 and make some money, that my people weren't doing anything, so I had zero leverage. And you know, that always bothered me. And then I kind of came across these 100% commission programs, and with that I could build up my residual pretty quickly, but it was kind of a false residual because these residuals were based off, you know, let's say a $100 product, and I was getting all that $100, but as soon as the person realized that they couldn't do what I was doing, they quit. So it wasn't a true residual. So when I found DSD and I started building it, what I found out very quickly was that I could build up a nice residual, but it was actually based off the collective efforts of a lot of people. So now I have over, again, income results may vary, blah, 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 but now I have over a $2,000 true residual income. $2,000 coming in every single month, but that's based off of 450 people, right? That's based off the collective efforts of 450 people. So some of my commissions are 99 cents, some of them are 59 cents, some of them are $50. So if I have 50 people quit tomorrow, my residual income is still up there. So because of that, I feel so confident in this company that I'm actually going out to buy another house here probably within the next, I would say in the next 60 to 90 days, because that residual income, I know it's solid, and I know that will continue to pay my mortgage. So I just want to thank, you know, DSD for doing everything they've done, and you, Reginald, for setting up this system and taking the load off, because, you know, I've tried to lead a group of people, and I know how hard it is, and I know how hard it is to set up the systems, and so I just want to thank you, and, you know, that's my story.
All right, I appreciate you, bro, for jumping out and sharing that, and congratulations on your house. We got people buying houses and cars and yachts and everything else. So, congratulations to you. All right, so we're gonna go down to Valerie, and I'm gonna come back to you, Brian, in a second. So, Valerie, go ahead and jump out and tell the world a little bit about yourself.
Hey, everybody. I'm Valerie. Thank you for the introduction, Reginald. And you know, before I found DS Domination, I'd done so many different things online. I tried so many things since I was about 19 years old. I think that was the very first business I ever started. And I don't even quite remember what it was, but I think it was like a psychic network I invested in, and it was like, of course, a complete bust. And fast forward a couple of years, I got into something else, and keep going. I got into something else, another thing, and I did a Yahoo store one time. I did home parties. You know, I sold candles, makeup, and you name it, I probably did it. And then I started doing some online marketing last year for the first time with another business, and I basically got nowhere. I believed in the business. I love going to the events, but I just could not sponsor anyone. It was just very difficult for me. And although I did everything my sponsor told me to do, and I followed, and I just did whatever. I was a soldier. Nothing worked for me. So, you know, I was feeling really bad, and I was in tears actually, because it was like, yet again, you know, it's not just the ending of another business, it was the end of another dream. And it's a big letdown. You keep going through this for over 20 years, and you just kind of feel like it's never going to happen for you. But then, you know, the person I was in this business with, she turned me on to DS Domination. She said, here, I'm joining, you join. And being a good soldier, I just joined. And just like so many people on the panel here, I did not take this seriously at first. I was just like, yeah, you know, $20, no problem, I'll join. And I did. And give it a few days, I said, let me see what I paid for. And I went through the training, and I followed it to a T exactly. I didn't deviate one bit, and I just followed along. And before I knew it, I made my first sale, and then my second sale, and my 10th sale. And before you knew it, I was telling everyone I made a sale. And after I started telling people, guess what happened? People wanted to know what was I doing? What are you doing to get these kind of results? And my first month online, I made $3,000, and that was total profit. And no one was more surprised than I was. But then I said, you know, what if I tried to tell people? What if I tried to sponsor again? What if I tried, even though I had no success in 20 years, what if I tried just one more time? And I'm glad that I did, because the first month of just telling people, I started setting goals and I started surpassing them. I started breaking them. And now I'm at a point where I'm making more money with DS Domination than I'm making at my full-time job. And I work full-time. I'm a legal secretary. And if you work with attorneys, you're always running around. There's always something going on. There's always a deadline. You never leave on time. You don't get to take your lunch. There's always something going on. But I was determined to just try again and make this work. And so I come home at nights and I spend 5, 6, 7 hours at night working. And I work both sides of this business. I sell on eBay. I actually had my first sale on Amazon. So I sell on Amazon, I sell on eBay, and I also grow this team and I support my team. And it is because of the dedication. It is because I think it's a testament to two things. One, a dedication to the opportunity that, one, it's easy to understand, and two, people want to hear about it and they want to be a part of it, and then three is the commitment to saying I'm not going to stop. And it's a combination of all those things, and being around leaders and people who really want to see you succeed is why I'm at where I'm at right now. And I can never, some days I can't believe it, and I'm so grateful for the success I have had, and I'm so grateful to be a part of something that's so amazing that there are times I just really have to pause and step back and just really be grateful for everything that's happened to me.
Wow. So did you say you make more with DS Domination than you do your full-time job?
Yeah, this month is it. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm making more money with DS Domination than my full-time job. It's happened, and I never thought it would. And to think, at one point, all I wanted to make was $500, and that, you know, I had a day last week where I made $600 in one day. So it's happening. It has happened. It will happen if you just do what you're supposed to do, which is really follow along and take confidence that this works and that you can do this, and just don't quit. Give it one more try.
That's incredible, and I don't know if, well, before I even say this, if there's like 1,132 people on this Hangout on this page, I don't know how many's on the other one. So it's probably like 1,200, 1,300 people that are viewing. So if you are on our team, you need to be sharing this Hangout to everybody. If you need some additional information after we get done, you can click on the yellow button on this page or get back with the person whom invited you, or feel free to get started at any time that you're ready to proceed. It's only a $20 decision. Now I'm going to go back to you here really quick, because you got to start it when you start talking about making more money with DSD job. I wasn't even going to go there, but since you're there, I really want to kind of stick with this, because some people may think that's chump change, but you live in New York.
Yeah.
It's very expensive to live in New York, you know, and yeah. I've been trying to get you to move to the South. You know, you have a mansion down here compared to what you're probably paying up there, but anyway, I know you like New York and stuff like that. So it's very expensive to live in New York, guys, if you don't know that already. So for her to say that she makes more with DS Domination, which is the company that we represent, than her job, that is a huge accomplishment, and that's not pocket change, all right? So we just want to set the record straight with that. So do you have anything you want to elaborate with that? I mean, you don't have to throw out the exact number or anything like that, but
you know, I'll just say this. October, my first month with DS Domination, I made $3,000. It has doubled. it is now doubled. So I'm bringing home a minimum of $6,000 a month. That's what I'm bringing home. That's what I make at work, and now I'm making more than that now. So I'm at a point where I have to make a decision soon. What am I going to do? There's going to come a point where it makes absolutely no sense to continue going to my day job when I'm making $6,000 a month part-time, as opposed to making that full-time 40, 45 hours a week. So it's very soon the decision is going to have to be made to transition so that, number one, I can better grow the team and support them, and two, what's the point of working for someone when you can work for yourself?
That's awesome. So you're doing this part-time. So I know a lot of us do this 18 hours a day, but of course you don't have that kind of time. So
I don't. I don't have that kind of time, and you know, I lived in New York all my life. I support myself, and I'm a single mom. I have 2 kids, one who finished college, one who's in college, and it's a lot of bills running around here. You know, I pay rent and food, and college degrees are not cheap, and they're not even my own, and I'm paying more for my kids' college degrees than I don't even have a college degree. I only have a high school diploma and a little legal secretarial diploma like worth this much. So this is someone who, you know, I was on welfare at one point. At one point I had 2 kids under the age of 5, and I was newly divorced and on welfare. So I know what it is to struggle. And now I know what it is to finally have something to succeed. I know what it's like to have held on for so long after struggling for so long. I know what it's like to feel such humiliation about not being able to support your family. And now to be at a point where, you know, I can get ready to quit my job and just travel the world like I've always wanted to do. There's no greater feeling than this right here. There's nothing like it.
All right, thank you, Valerie. And I'm going to pass it to Brian for you have us on here grabbing Kleenexes, because I kind of sense you getting shook up over there talking about it.
Just a little.
So, yeah, I can't cry on live TV, so live video feed. So we're going to switch. Thank you for jumping out. We're going to come back to you. So we're going to go to Brian, and Brian is actually my upline. A lot of you all don't know that. He actually sponsored my sponsor. So I want you to jump out, Brian, and tell everybody about yourself, because a lot of people down here don't even know who you are. So tell the world about yourself, how you got started, so on and so forth, whatever you want to share. You're still muted.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
First of all, I want to thank you, Reginald, for having me on, and with this awesome panel of rock stars, because I see you people on Facebook, but it's really kind of neat to see you here and talk with you, and I really appreciate that. Just to kind of briefly, my story, I worked at Ford Motor Company. I'm probably the senior member here on the panel, I think. But I worked at Ford Motor Company for about 35 years, and when I left, I wanted to do something. I didn't want to go back to school. I wanted to work for myself. I didn't know what to do, so I got involved with the MLM industry and jumped around to different companies, and that's where I kind of met Roger with a company that we were both involved in. I had no idea he was with eBay. I started an eBay business probably about 2 years before I got involved with DS Domination. And I was using my eBay income just to feed my businesses, my marketing costs and expenses. So it really was just kind of like a part-time business for me. So when I got involved with DS Domination, I mean, everything exploded. The windows of income started to really go. It was more than just eBay with DS Domination. And so I just kind of put everything else that I was doing off to the side, and I started doing DS Domination full time. And my income just rocketed. It was really kind of funny because my wife, who was never really a part of anything I was doing, she thought I would go back to school and just get another job and start another career. But when she saw me getting into different companies and stuff, she would just kind of give me that look, like, okay, what are you doing now? What are you spending our money on now? But since getting into eBay with DS Domination, all of a sudden now it's different. She sees money coming in, and there's paychecks coming in, and so now she's looking at me with a whole different attitude. I even heard her talking on the phone the other day with one of her friends, talking about how well I was doing with eBay. So she's starting to promote me, so I know everything is going well when she's starting to promote me now. So that's really kind of my story. I've Just with UOP Reggie that you just put this all together, it's just incredible. I know it's a lot of work trying to manage all these people, but this is just incredible what you're doing here. And DS Domination is I really think changing the economy in the United States. You know, we have a lot of people that are getting to the point where they are quitting looking for employment in the field that they used to go, that they went to school for. And so they, with DS Domination, I've talked to people that are just kind of like, they don't know where else to turn. And then you talk to them about something, they're kind of reluctant, but those that give it a try and really start to put a good step forward into it are starting to see some tremendous rewards. So that's my story.
All right, cool. Well, I appreciate you jumping out, guys. This is again a non-scripted hangout. I actually had to plug in my laptop because my battery's dying over here. But anyway, I really appreciate you for basically sharing DS Domination with my sponsor, Thomas, because honestly, if you would have never shared it, I don't think I would even be in the company right now.
Yeah.
You know,
He's
so
a good guy, Thomas.
yeah, he's a great guy, great fella. So definitely, I appreciate you for sharing it with him because again, that one phone call actually when I was in church that was made that night actually changed our life. He was actually calling about something else, lead capture page or something like that. I asked him what he was doing, and the rest is pretty much history from there. It all manifested to what you see today. So again, thank you for jumping out and sharing your story. Now I want to go back to the 21-year-old young man. I'm not going to call him a kid, you know, but you know, some people call people who are 21 kids, but he's not a kid, he's a grown man. But he's a 21-year-old young man, and I just want to talk to you about this because I actually got started when I was 20, and I know why I got started, but your reason is probably different. So what would prompt someone who is 21 years old, you know, typically when you're that age, you're not really typically thinking about network marketing in a sense, but what made you jump into this industry and start a business?
Basically, you know, I've been an entrepreneur forever. I mean, anything that I've always been entrepreneurial. I can never hold a job because there's multiple reasons why. Number one, my dad's an entrepreneur, and I just see his lifestyle, and I see, you know, that I don't want to have to report to a boss. I don't want to have to be told when I can take a lunch break. I don't want to have to sit in a miserable cubicle doing something. I don't want to be miserable. I want to be free. I want to do whatever I wanted to do. And originally I got into this industry not just because, you know, I wanted to get rich and make millions of dollars, which of course I do want to do, but even if I just made, you know, a steady, you know, $4,000, $5,000 a month to be able to go anywhere I want to in the world and, you know, just make money from anywhere I want to in the world. At 21 years old, there's no job that you can get you're going to make, you know, 60 grand a year and enjoy it, or, you know, whatever the case may be. You have to have a college degree, you have to go through, you know, 4 years of college, which I am in college still just because I've gone too far now to quit. I want to just get my degree, but I will never use my degree. And, you know, this was really the only option where I could come in, I could start my own business. I don't have to spend $100,000 to start my own business. I could get started for $20. And look at what a $20 decision has turned into. I'll be at $10,000 a month in probably 30 days. And that is just, you know, I mean, again, it's just blowing my mind that I am making this much money. But again, the fact of the matter is not even just the money, it's the freedom to be able to do whatever I want to do. And a lot of people tell me I look and talk like I'm 30 years old because I talk about freedom and all this stuff, and I don't talk about getting a regular job right after college, but I don't believe in it. You know, I'm going to be miserable. I see a ton of people that I know who are older and graduated and work in a cubicle, and, you know, sure, some of them even make, you know, $200,000 a year as investment bankers, but guess what? They work every day, Monday through Saturday, from 6 in the morning until 2 in the morning, and it's just, I can't do that. I want to be able to be free. I want to be able to travel the world. I want to do, you know, whatever I want to do, and ultimately be happy with my business. And that's pretty much why I got started in this industry, because I knew it was the only way that I could do that. And, you know, I consider myself retired before I ever really started. And that's, you know, that's pretty much my situation. And only hope to keep growing. And the fact that, you know, like I said, I've been in this industry for a little while. I have never made good money. I've never seen a team of people make good money. And when it comes to DS Domination, you know, my team has grown to over 1,000 people. I mean, I could have never imagined having 1,000 people on my team. I mean, I got people doing, you know, $100, $200 a day average. You know, I got teammates who are making their first money ever online. I mean, it's absolutely just unbelievable when you scroll through our Facebook group and you see all these people making money. I'm sure if you look at the comments on the Hangout page right now, I'm not on the Hangout page, but I guarantee you that there's people talking about how they just got a cha-ching during this Hangout. And it's just so powerful, so powerful.
All right, so yeah, thank you for jumping out, bro. And I know 21-year-old kids, I mean not kids.
You can call me a kid, man. I like to be a kid at heart.
Okay, but I know when I was 21, I was working at Chick-fil-A or somewhere, some lousy job that paid like $7 an hour. So you definitely light years ahead of most 21 years old, and it just showed that, you know, this business has no boundaries as far as age. You know, if you're hungry and you have a strong desire to succeed, you know, in this industry, not just this business, you can definitely make it happen. But I'm just going to throw out a general question for anyone to answer. So since this is a 10K hangout, you know, whoever want to jump out, all you all can answer it or whatever. But what really got you to 10K? Because, you know, I'm pretty sure everybody on here gets these questions all the time. What is it that you do? What did you do? You know, what's this secret sauce marketing strategy or whatever it is? Or, you know, can I do it on a pro level? You know, what was it that got you to 10K? I mean, what did you have to do? I mean, whoever wants to jump out first.
I'll go ahead and jump out on that. Basically, there is no secret. I know nobody wants to hear that, but the things that I'll just tell you exactly what I do. I have a lot of content out there. I do a lot of SEO. I have a lot of YouTube videos that I've put out, hundreds and hundreds probably at this point. I run a Craigslist ad every single day. I do, you know, me and Josh do solo ads, you know, maybe once a week or once every 2 or 3 weeks. You know, we're always testing different types of marketing. So the truth is that there is no secret because we just keep testing. You know, we keep testing. In fact, today we have 2 ads running. One is converting at 5% and one is converting at like 45%. No, there's no way we would know that if we didn't lose $100 on the 5% one. So now we know we never go back to that guy. Now we just put our money in the guy that's converting at 40%. So it's all about testing, it's consistency, and can you make it at pro level, make it 10K? You probably can on the eBay side eventually, but I don't think so on the affiliate side because you're not going to make those, you know, those bigger commissions. You're going to have to make a lot of $10 commissions to make that 10 grand. So that's just my 2 cents.
Yeah, you would have to sponsor 1,000 people.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So thank you, Freddie, for jumping out. Now,
Yeah.
Jock, I
Yes,
see
sir.
you. Go ahead.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, so for myself personally to get to 10K, I really focused in on providing a solution and addressing a problem. The bottom line is that most people that I know, I don't know about anybody else and their friends or just people in general, but most people that I know are challenged on one level or another when it comes to their finances. And I didn't really know how much people were challenged until I put before them a 1995 decision. Now, I'll be the first one to tell anybody, and a lot of people don't know this about me, but my lowest point in this industry was October the 12th, 2012 at 7:08 a.m. in the morning. I took the screenshot. It's on my computer right now. My bank account balance was a negative $28, negative 28. So when people talk about me or tell me about their struggles, I know. I've been down the trail of tears many times. I've cried. I've wanted to give up. I've been knocked down, knocked out, and I still just kept coming back. So that was my very, very, very low point. And so when I started talking to individuals about DSD, I really felt like I could provide a solution because I know that most people, they don't want to do marketing. They don't want to do, like Freddie said, they don't want to do SEO. They don't want to do videos. They may not even want to jump on a Hangout. But you know what? Probably 98 to 99% of people that you know and I know and everybody else knows, they want to make more money. And so I really try to make things simple, because if you complicate it too much, then, you know, it might flow over my head. So I just focused in on saying, look, if I can show you a way to earn an additional $300 to $500 a month by making a $20 decision, would that make a very significant difference in your life? And most people are like, yes, it would. So then I put them before the video, because if you try to explain it, more than likely you're going to mess it up. I mean, what more can you say? We copy and paste. That's what we do, copy and paste from Amazon to eBay. And then individuals within themselves, you know, they have to make the decision with regards to their life and their circumstances, because we've all heard it said, if you keep doing the same thing over and over, you're going to keep getting the same result. So here at DSD, you know, you're looking at a panel full of people that have already made $10,000 or more in DSD, and most of us have made it in a relatively short amount of time. So what do you think we're going to keep doing? We're going to keep doing the same thing over and over and over, and our incomes are not going to do anything but grow. So again, I focused in on helping people because I honestly don't like to spend money on advertising. I'm cheap. I'm frugal. I like to keep all my money in my pocket. So I picked up the phone and just started calling anybody that had opted into a web page, anybody that I knew, anybody on Facebook whose number I had. Man, in December, like my first 27 days, I put 101 people in this business. I made over $5,000 my first 27 days. You think I was excited? I was ecstatic, but I'm going to tell you, I was on the phone calling everybody. My fingers were hurting. My little cord here on my phone is all twisted up. I need a new phone. But the bottom line is this. If you want to make 10K or more in DSD or any other business or just whatever you're doing, you have to take massive action. Massive action is going to yield you massive results. You can't come in here and the first question you ask, how do I cancel if this doesn't work? How do I cancel or how do I get my money back? You have to already have a 10K mindset in order to come in and make 10K. I knew I could do it, but it was a matter of finding a program that allowed not only me to do it, but my team members to also experience success. And that's really been the biggest difference for me versus anything else I've ever done inside of this industry. I have team members that are enrolling people. They're making money on the eBay, e-commerce side of the business. These are people that would never touch this industry at large with a 10-foot pole. They wouldn't touch it. But guess what? They're making money because they understand the value of a 1995 decision. And so, again, I took action. I've been consistent, and I've been helping a lot of people try to solve their financial struggles. So that literally was my 10K recipe, game plan, or whatever, and I'm going to keep following that all the way to the bank so I can go get some more shirts and ties.
Hey, Reginald.
Go ahead, Keish.
So, you know, let the women, we got to come up now. No, I'm just kidding. After that, no. But no, you know, it's almost like, you know, Yvonne Anderson is not on this hangout, but there was something that she said to me that stuck with me, and she said, successful people, we all have the same notes, right? So we're all reading the same notes, and the same thing that Jock has said about you know, take massive action. If I can give anybody the secret that you know that I use to get where I am today, it was because I got really focused, right? I didn't get in and then trying to, you know, do this and do that and try to juggle this. I got majorly focused on, you know, on this business. I took massive action. I still take massive action. I mean, like every single day, I don't take little action. I take, you know, massive action, and because of that, that's really, you know, one of the biggest secrets to making, you know, to getting this done is to really go massive. You know, people say, you know, like Jock said, you know, at the $10 level, you know, $19.95 level, that's good for you to get in, get your feet wet, but you wanna go all in. You know, you want to really leverage every piece of money. And when I got in, we were one paycheck away from from on the streets. I mean, come on, you know what I'm saying? We're like at a juggling point, like, okay, we're gonna pay the kids tuitions, or what's gonna happen here. So we all know struggle, right? We all know that it's sometimes that we're in different positions, but it's about getting seriously focused and saying, what, if I don't go to sleep, right? Because some nights it's like, I would go to bed when my husband is going to work. So I was serious about my business. So if that's any secret I can give, it's take massive action every single day and don't let it up. Like Reginald always says, when you see that you made $1,000 a day, it's not time for you to go and drink Mai Tais or something and lay out on the beach. No, it's this time you got to keep going, right? So that would be my secret to success right now.
And I have to jump on. I got to piggyback on my girl because, as you know, we're attached at the hip now. And add that literally you have to put the blinders on. One of the things that I did, as you guys know, I slept until I saw all the money I was making and didn't even realize I was making it. I think what brought my attention to it, one, was that I was doing something else and working 2 or 3 times as hard for the money, and it wasn't even residual. And once I did put the blinders on, I came in and literally ran and tripled my money in 30-day period of time. So for me, one, the business is I don't want to, okay, time disclaimer. I don't want to say, I want to say super easy. Well, it was super easy. And the reason I'll go ahead and say that is because some of you guys are just really not putting any effort into it. So I'll say it's super easy because some people just don't want to take any time or effort whatsoever. So I have this new thing I now say, if you don't have time for trainings, I don't have time for questions, because some people don't even want to show up for trainings. So this is a really easy business that if you're willing to put some time in, and let me explain what I mean by time. Time means whatever time it takes. That means if you get an hour of sleep, that's all you get. If you want to make 10K, sometimes that's what it takes. If you want to make 20,000, that's what it takes. So when people say, well, how much time is it going to take? That's my answer to you. However much time it takes. What do you want to make? So I'm not going to say it takes 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. Whatever your dream is, whatever your vision is, that's what time you have to put into it. So I don't try and sell people the pipe dream where other people say, oh, well, you can work 2-3 hours a day and you'll become a millionaire. I don't sell that dream to people. You have to do whatever it takes. I know a lot of times we're up literally until we fall out. And so you have to have that commitment, that dedication. You're willing to do whatever it takes. Sometimes that means, I know sometimes we're emailing until 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, and then we're back up at 6 o'clock in the morning. Now, are we going to do this forever? No, that's not the plan. But right now, that's where the hustle is. So how do you get to 10K? You put everything you have into it until you literally can't anymore. And eventually maybe 6 months from now, maybe a year from now, you won't have to do that anymore because your business has grown and the momentum has built up and the money just keeps flowing and flowing in. But in the beginning, that's what you're going to have to do. A lot of people aren't willing to do that, and that's why they're not going to be at 10,000 or 20,000 or 30,000 a month. But that's why a lot of us are right here where we're at now, because we've been willing to make the sacrifice.
I'd like to jump out for a minute and follow Pam and Keisha. For me, it took, I'm just very thankful for both Keisha and Pam. And what I want to say is that what it takes is dropping everything else that you're doing, get really, really focused, and follow success. The people that have signed you up, that they're having success, do what they do and copy it. And that's what I did. I mean, I seen Keisha. I was over here doing my own thing, and I'm like, hold on a second, Keisha over there, serious? She ain't playing? Is she making money? I need to go over there and see what Keisha doing. So I started asking, like, what are you doing? And then she started telling me what she was doing, and I started doing what Keisha was doing. And then, it just started coming. People started coming to my inbox, asking me what was I doing, they had the questions, and that was fine. That was part of it for me. And the other part was, I started like outsourcing some of my work to my son. Here, go over here and find listings for me, put this up for me. So those are the things that I did. And, one of the things that, I really, really want to encourage people to do is, find somebody that's doing what you're doing. And we started this, Pam and Keisha started this coaching program, right? And that thing just blew my affiliate commissions up like crazy. I mean, you can sign ups after sign ups again. Follow success. If your leaders, the ones that are like before you, if they tell you what to do, do it. Don't go trying to create your own idea. Be teachable. And I think that's a big problem in our industry is, people jump in and then they want to go and do it their way. They don't want to listen. And as a result, you don't get the results that you want. And last but not least, know your why. Know why you're doing it, because every day is not going to be a bed of roses. You may not make money every day. That's just the truth, But once you know your why and you have your vision in front of you, you know what you want, you know what your goals are, you just keep working. Like Pam said, you just keep working, and you don't stop until you get to what you want.
I need to piggyback off of Rachel. Something she said that is really the reason why I truly believe I'm having the success I'm having so fast, and that's because I'm coachable. When I joined this business with my sponsor, give it about a week or so, she stopped doing the business. So I had no one to talk to. I had no one to ask questions of. I had no one to just, pick their brain. I was simply told, hey, I'm not going to do this. Just stay in the group and stay active and listen to Reginald. Now it's just like, who the heck is Reginald? I really don't even know him. So I just went and I just did what the training told me to do. I didn't ask questions. I didn't ask why. I didn't complain. I just, like Pam said, you put your blinders on, put your head down, you get to work. And when someone tells you to do something and you're seeing that they're having success, you don't ask why. You don't ask how. You get to work. Okay, you get to work and you find that you are resourceful. You find ways to make things happen. And if you can do that, you can make anything work, especially with this opportunity where it's just so simple. But if you're not willing to listen to what people tell you to do, and I know a lot of people have a hard time with that, then you're not going to get where you want to be. Because think about it like this, where you're at right now, that's not where you want to be. Then you need to stop listening to yourself and listen to someone else, because it's not going to change for you until you change. You've got to be coachable. You've got to listen. And then just like Keisha and Pam and Rachel said, you've got to take action and just put your blinders on and get to work.
Wow. Okay, thank you, Bella, for jumping out there. All right, so Josh, go ahead. I know you were trying to jump out there.
I just wanted to say real quick, so I completely agree, and I think there's two ways to look at it, though. Okay, so for example, when I first started, I put in a lot of time, okay, right? And there's two ways to get things done. There's two ways to pay for things, either with your time or with money. So I just don't want to freak out some of the people who maybe only have 3 hours of sleep already to do something. There's multiple ways that you can do things, and one of them is definitely time, right? You can do a ton of free marketing. You can list items on eBay, which obviously, you're not going to be paying for traffic if you're listing things on eBay and doing the e-commerce side of the business. But there's multiple ways to do it, and if you go the free route, yes, you're going to put in a lot of time, but the possibilities, like I said earlier, are endless. There's people, I think Val even made $3,000 her first month just on the eBay side with the pro training for $20. And you can correct me after if I'm wrong, Val, but I think that she made $3,000 for $20 their first month. And that's insane, number one. But number two, what it took for me was really just to become 100% committed. And there's a bunch of different ways that certain people become committed, but for me, it's the financial aspect, okay? Because I don't like losing money. I was a stock trader, okay? I hate losing money, and that's why I don't trade as much anymore. But what I did was I invested in myself, and I invested in all of the products with DS Domination, and I didn't realize what that was going to do for me, but I'll tell you what, 30 seconds after I purchased the remainder of the products I didn't own, my mindset went through a transformation. And I said, my first goal was, okay, now I need to make this money back, right? I made it back in probably 2 days because I had that mindset. And then my mindset said, hey, I can do this. I'm fully committed. Let's hit 10,000 a month. 2 months later, I don't know, I'm probably going to do 8,000, maybe, hopefully 10,000 this month. And it's just, you know, that level of commitment that you take, whether you're doing free marketing, whether you're doing paid marketing, whether you're doing the affiliate side, whether you're doing the e-commerce side, whatever you're doing, as long as you're committed, you work it whenever you can. Don't kill yourself, but push yourself higher and higher every single day. I was telling this last week, I think. Reggie pushed me in January. Okay, I made a goal, and Reggie said, look, push higher. I pushed higher, and I hit that goal on the last day of the month. I'm pushing higher this month, and I'm going to do it again this month. I'm going to push higher the next month. So no matter how much time you have or whatever, you know, you can scale into things, but just stay committed and, you know, really just push yourself higher and higher every month. Don't be okay with just continuing to do the same thing like Jock said and expecting different results. Scale your time, scale your money, push higher and higher every single month, and you could be a millionaire in a year. You know, I mean, I honestly think that I will be a millionaire in the next 2 years. I really believe that. That's all I have to say.
Hey, can I piggyback off of that, Reginald?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Just to go in with what everybody's saying. I posted a video, and it was on the 2 P's, practice and perseverance. Many years ago, when I used to play ball, many years ago, and we would practice. I remember our coaches were always telling us to practice as hard as you play. In other words, make it a point that your practices are just like you're playing the game. There's no difference. So there's no transition. You're just out there working real hard. And I noticed that in the industry is a lot of people. I had somebody the other day ask me, well, how much work do I have to put in? Right there, that's a big red flag that person's not. You know, you're going to do. I just told him, I said, well, you can just do as much work as you want to. You know, you have to practice and you have to work hard. Like Keisha was saying, I remember nights staying up till 4 or 5. My wife was getting up and having coffee, and I hadn't gone to bed yet. I was still up working, and that's what you have to do if that's what you want. If you want success. Then the other thing is perseverance. You don't quit. I mean, when something, and things will go wrong, guarantee you that, and you bump into a wall or you trip over a hole, you don't quit. You just keep going, because you have to. I think Reginald posted something I read where he was talking about, do you do this as a business? You get paid as a business. If you do it as just a part-time investment or just something you're going to do, then that's the way it's going to pay you. So you really have to, I think, determine that this is going to be something. I think it's a big transition. I know it was for me when I first got in this industry. I worked at Ford Motor Company. You know, you get up early in the morning. I had a regimen I went through. I really didn't realize how much more work it takes to be your own boss. It's not just, okay, I'm going to relax. You know, you got to really go at it 110% all the time. And that's the only way you're going to reach success. You know, success just doesn't come overnight real easy. And that's where I think people think, okay, I'll put a few ads up. Hey, where's all the people? How come nobody's signing up? You know, you got to really go at it 100%.
Okay, appreciate it. And I'm going to ask 2 more questions because we don't want to have this thing being super long here. But before I really say that, here's the thing, guys, that you really need to realize before I even jump into this. Even though this business is $20 initial to get in, I think sometimes people devalue their business and don't really understand the value of what they really have, or just because it's a virtual. I actually said this, I don't know where I posted this at, but just because it's a virtual business, we don't think that, they don't think that you can actually produce a full-time income, you know, inwardly with this business. And even though you may not be saying that verbally, it's something on the inside of you that's really keeping you from taking your business serious, because maybe it's a virtual business. And I'm here to tell you all, regardless whether this is a virtual business or not, or a brick and mortar business or not, and actually before, I think it was 2 years ago, 3 years, whenever it was, I actually managed a convenience store. Basically, I ran the business. You might as well say that. I did everything from the inventory to the hiring the employees, firing them, doing all that type of stuff. So from a traditional small business standpoint and a home business standpoint, you know, I would take the home business any day. I'm just going to tell you like that, because after all the inventory, after having to be there all the time, after having to fire folks, you know, go through all that, paying lease for the building, to be able to do that. Really the person who owned the store wasn't making that much. Actually, I made more money than him. Let's just say it like that. He made like, maybe $25,000-$30,000 a year, and he was paying me more than that to manage the place. So you have an opportunity here with a home business to not have to worry about hiring and firing people, to not having to worry about buying inventory or paying leases, thousands of dollars, dealing with crazy customers. The customer is always right in small business. It is. Even though we know they're not right, it's just the way it is. You have to, focus on customer service. Without having to deal with all that and without having to spend tens of thousands of dollars to get your business up and running, you can do it literally for $20 and change your life and progressively work your way up. We're not going to tell you, hey, buy all the products and go pawn your car and all that type of stuff. But you want to progressively get out of the products and get in position so that you're able to be in a better position to make a 6-figure income or a 5-figure income, whatever you desire to do, guys. So don't take this business lightly because it's only a $20 investment. You are investing in yourself, and how you value your business, how you work your business will determine what your income is. If you're not putting in the work, if you still have this, $10,000 per year habit, that's what you're going to produce. Unfortunately, most people don't even have a $10,000 per year habit. They still have a job mentality, which in free enterprise, we don't get paid per hour. We get paid for results. We get paid based on production. So if you're waiting all the time for your sponsor to tell you everything and you're not self-sufficient, then, guess what? Your business is going to reflect that. But with our team, guys, we have all the support, all the training that you need. I've never been a part of anything like this, and it's so amazing to be aligned with these people. But the next question I want to really jump into, which is going to be a touching question, or maybe a sensitive question for a lot of people, but I'm going to throw it out there anyway, because I'm pretty sure everybody on here has done this. At least I know at least 5 of y'all done this. So, you hear this terminology of preaching the dream and living a nightmare, and I know, we've done this before. We put on this facade, on social. The thing about social media, you can be anybody you want to be for the most part, but you really don't know what's going on behind the scenes unless people actually come out and tell you what's happening in their life. And unfortunately, some of us, we were in situations to where we had to put on this certain image in our previous ventures because, certain things that you don't want your team to see. However, behind the scenes, we were not really happy because maybe we weren't seeing the results that we wanted to see from a personal standpoint, or our team wasn't seeing the results. They're out there trying, but they're not making any progress. So anybody want to share, how did you overcome that? I mean, you were basically living an illusion, I guess you want to say that, or something that wasn't real for the most part, because, Keisha, for example, let me talk about Keisha for a minute. All right, Keisha, I thought Keisha was a millionaire when I first saw her. I ain't gonna lie. When I first seen her, I thought she was making a lot of money, to be honest. But until she actually shared her story, I didn't really realize that was going on. So how do you go from preaching a dream and living a nightmare to where we are now with DS Domination? How has this company positively impacted your life from where you previously come from? Whoever want to jump out and chime in on that first, feel free to do so.
Well, since you mentioned my name, I'm just no, I mean, seriously, and that's the thing. I've mentioned this before, that social media, people can you can portray your life to be whatever you want it to be, right? And I know for many years, and because one thing I've learned, Reginald, down through the years, is that I don't air my dirty laundry, or I don't struggle on my page, so my Facebook is not a place for me to struggle, right? And for me to talk about how I'm struggling and this, that, and the other, and for me to, get everybody in my pity party about something. But I just really, I saw the vision when when it was presented to me. Pam is actually my sponsor, she sent it to me, and I, like everyone else, I probably said, you want me to do what? You want me to sell on eBay? Like eBay. Like, you know, and I mean, really, she probably could go back through her chat and be like, and then she sends me the video, and I'm like, well, why would I have to pay? He just showed me what to do. I mean, I could just go and do that myself. I don't really, so you know, just being transparent and 100, I did the same thing. Like, you know, that, you know, and I'm thinking, like, you know, I'm knowing that I'm not going back to a 9 to 5. So I'm saying to myself, God, I know this can't be it. You cannot be serious. You want me to, you know, sell on eBay and not, you know, become an affiliate and, you know, what? But I really had to, you know, let go of my ego and really, I mean, it's grown so fast, Reginald, that I almost have to log into my back office, you know, just to make sure I'm just not crazy, you know, and I'd be like, is this what, you know, am I really like right now today, I'm, you know, I'm almost at 10 figures, you know, at $10,000 this month, like, and, you know, just, you know, I just had to let go of what I thought success was going to look like for me, and, you know, and just go for it, because I thought I would be big in the coaching industry or something like that, but, you know, hey, maybe in a later some years, but, you know, right now, I just say, you know, struggle in your house, but on Facebook, you know what I'm saying, keep pushing, you know.
Okay, well, actually, I'm glad you jumped out first, because the reason why I brought you out, actually, like when I saw you a few years ago, or whenever I was seeing you online, like I say, I thought you were a six-figure income earner, which is a good thing. It's not a bad thing, folks. What I'm saying, it's not a bad thing, because, you know, even though you may not be where you are now, I mean, where you want to be, you know, you should conduct yourself as if you are, not go out there and lie and say you are, because you never did that. But you conduct yourself in a way that displayed leadership and it, you know, and it exuded, you know, wealth. I thought you were this wealthy person, you know. That's good. You were just, you know, I guess with the wrong companies, I guess.
And I was on a job, so I really wasn't in purpose. You know, so I was doing 6 figures on a job, but I was dropping my baby off at daycare, crying all the way downtown Seattle to my office and saying, this can't be it. This, you know, and here I am, I'm making the money, but that wasn't my purpose. And so, you know, I just was like, this can't be it. So when I got, like I tell you guys, when I got laid off and people see the picture of me, you know, I'm jumping up in the air with my keys to the HR director, everyone thinks that, you know, I had a solution at that time. I didn't know what the heck I was getting ready to do, because I was like, you know, but I know I'm done. I knew I was done with corporate America, and I said, I don't care what I have to do and make it work, right? It's got to work for me.
Absolutely, and I want to say something, because I've seen somebody post a comment on the page. Trust me, I'm not picking on you when I say this, but this is not called faking it till you make it. That is a completely abused term in this industry. We're not faking anything. We're acting as if. Because before you actually manifest any type of result in your life and your business, you have to visually see yourself being that or manifesting that in your life. Because if you don't believe that you can create the result that you desire to create, then it's not going to happen. But when you say you're faking it, you're actually going out saying that you are a 6-figure income earner, when in essence you're not. And again, no one on the panel has done that at all. You know, everybody on this panel has acted as if they were before they actually physically manifested to their reality. Want to make sure you all understand that. So thank you for jumping out. I know Pam is itching
to get in here.
to say something.
I have to jump in here to Keisha's conversation.
Go ahead.
Keisha actually called me, and I think the conversation went something like, girl, what is this all about? And I think she was so burnt from, we were in another company together, which, by the way, was my first company. I had never been in direct sales, network marketing, or anything, so it was actually my first company that I was ever with, which, that's another show. And I think a few of us were in that company together, and that's like all my children of network marketing. And so I think after that company, I think we all never just ever wanted to do network marketing or direct sales or anything again, because we were just all neglected and burnt. And so Keisha actually called me up on the phone, and I said, Keisha, really look at it. And I'm so glad she did, because we had been wanting to work together. We were like little kids or something, like, you know, little kids that wanted to play and skip and jump rope together, and we didn't have any game we could play together. And I was like, we could play this game, Keisha, come on, look at it. And so she finally looked at it, and so I'm so glad she did. And I'm so happy we had a chance to work together on something, because this has been like the perfect business. And like I thought, and like she thought, it's been a perfect fit for us. So, and going back to the whole thing, that particular business, listening to someone, I was doing coaching and consulting, actually doing pretty decent. I went over to do that under the impression that I was going to make way more money, and it took me out actually. So, to speak on that, it literally took me out. So, I don't think a lot of people, well, I won't say I don't think a lot of people, because I can't speak for other people. I can speak for me. I don't think it's an intention to mislead people. I think it's an intention to help people, and sometimes it just doesn't go as planned. So I know for me, what I like most about this business, and I tell people, what I like most about this business is that if you're willing to put your work in, you can make money. But it's not all dependent upon your sponsor. This is a solo business. If you don't list, you don't make money. So you can't put everything on your sponsor for this. You have to list products. You can make it's so many different ways you can make money doing this. That's what's really cool about this. I think we added up 4 different ways that you can make money. You have to go to the upgraded trainings, but when you first come in, there's 2 ways you can make money: by sponsoring people or by listing products on eBay. So I mean, there's just so many options here. It's just ridiculous. Even if you never upgraded and you just became an affiliate, you can make money 2 ways. If you start upgrading into some additional training, I mean, the possibilities are endless. So that's what makes me feel really good about this, is that if someone comes in and just puts some effort in, tons of money. But as far as the income disclosure and not telling people about what you make, I think there's people who really mislead people, but it's not everyone. I think things happen, and you know, you just don't want to tell all your business. I don't think you have to tell all your business, because I always tell people what I make has nothing to do with you. You may make more, you may make less, but I don't think that's a true indication of what somebody is going to do based on you. I mean, like Reginald has made so much money. Does that mean that I shouldn't get in because I'm not going to make as much as Reginald? I mean, my efforts are not dependent upon what he business. Does that mean that all of us should just
All right, I think we lost Pam, and we're having bad weather here. I'm not sure if she's having bad weather where she's at. We actually have a tornado warning here in the area where I'm at right now. So not to make you all sad and scared or anything like that, but it's almost over. So I'm not sure if she lost connection or anything like that. So anyone, well, I'm not gonna ask anyone. Y'all can jump out after this, but I want to jump back to Valerie again, because basically, you know, a year ago nobody really knew who she was, and now she's this internet rock star, and she's actually, you know, producing the results that actually show that. So how do you go from basically, you know, a no-name marketer, so to speak, to internet rock star in like 5 months? I don't know how long you've been in. You've probably been in a little less, 4 months.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Yeah, I started actually marketing DS Domination on November 1st. And the very first thing I did was I set an intention. I set an intention about exactly what I wanted to accomplish that month. And at that point, it was just $500. I was like, if I can do $500, man, I'll be so happy. And so I started out slowly. And you know, I did my first video when I made my first sale, and I just shared my excitement. And then when I had my first $100 day, I made another video, and I shared that excitement. And then I had another big day, I shared that excitement. So it started for me with videos. And it was one person who reached out to me one day and said, Valerie, do more videos, and that was you, Reginald. And Reginald and I did not have any sort of relationship whatsoever. I was connected as a friend to Reginald on Facebook, but that was it. I saw his post. I was like, yeah, okay, I like this guy. I want to be his friend. But one day, Reginald just said to me, hey, I saw your video. I can watch you talk all day. You should do more videos. And at first I was just like, I can't stand the videos I do now. But, you know, I've seen Reginald, and I know the results that he's had. And I said, you know what? When someone tells you to do something and he's having the results that you want, you just do them. So I did them. And Reginald said, do more videos. So Valerie did more videos. Reginald said, send more emails. Valerie sent more emails. And it was just simply taking action. And I didn't know what I was doing. I had no clue. I just made a video. And I learned how to send it out to my list and put it up on Facebook, and before you knew it, it was time to scale up. Okay, you do one video this week, do 2 videos this week. All right, do 1 a day, 2 a day, 2 emails a day. Just throw yourself out there, put yourself all over the place, and that's what happened for me. It really just, you know, momentum and speed. Money likes speed. Money likes momentum, and you just keep going. And that's what happened for me. The very first month, I made $700 in commissions, and that was November. Here I am now, February, $6,000. So it was all about taking just tons of action and not quitting and being consistent. And you don't need to know everything. You just really need to have the heart to continue to do it and believe that you are going to get the results that you want. If you don't believe it, you can get the best training in the world. You can be told everything to do, but if you're not going to believe it, it's not going to happen. And I have this on my board here. I have a list of my goals. These are my goals written out for up to a year. And every monetary goal is on here. I wrote these down back in December. I have surpassed them every single month because I believed it could happen. And now it's happening. So if you want to know how I did this, I believed in myself. I listened to what was told to me, and I just got out there and I made no excuses. And that's all you need to do is you got to have the heart. And once you have the heart, the money comes.
Good stuff, Val. Hey. Definitely believing, you know, in yourself. And it's, you know, I'm finding that, you know, these days it's something that people just don't believe. Like when someone sends you an email and says, you know, well, how do I cancel, right? You know what I'm saying? Like before, you're like, wait, you haven't even got started. Why do you need to know about the cancellation policy and you have not even, you know, got started? So thank you so much for jumping out, Val. And you guys, we have actually been on here an hour and looks like 22 minutes or whatever. So, you know, you've heard, you know, all the stories here. I mean, Val has surpassed her income on her job. I could just literally like cry just even thinking about that because I remember when she got started and we used to message back and forth and stuff and, you know, really encourage each other that we could do this. And we never had any pity party sessions. She didn't message me about, you know, this, that, and the other, getting up, going to work, and all that kind of stuff. We just pushed each other. And so, I'm sure Reginald's idea was to bring us here tonight to show you that you can do this. What we have done here tonight, you guys, it's possible to do it. Many of us, I mean, I think if I look at the entire panel, we're talking about, you know, I've only been in about 5 months, and to create, you know, I looked at my back office, over $20,000, almost $30,000 in 5 months. Okay, you got Jock, the shirt and tie guy. I mean, you're talking about 71 days to create just almost like, you know, money out of almost, it appears out of thin air. We know it's not out of thin air, but it's because we got in, we saw a vision, we got dedicated, we got focused, we were consistent. You know, so if I could just, you know, if any of the people I can ask on this panel, you know, one thing, you know, a real secret is to be consistent. You know, even when you don't see results, you guys work on yourselves, right? Spend some time developing yourself because your income is only going to grow to the extent that you do. So if you are not growing, your income, you can't demand from the marketplace $10,000 per month and you're a $500 person, okay? So it's really about you doing the work even when we don't see you, and many of us have done the work for years, right? This is what you're seeing now. We're reading The Millionaire Mindset. And there was something that stuck out to me that was so key was about the germination period. And people don't want to go through the germination period. They just want, you know, they want to put something in the ground and then tomorrow, oh, I want to see results. And okay, sometimes on eBay that does happen, right? People get in 24 hours, they see sales and everything like that. But when you get to talking about making 6-figure incomes, right, you got to grow as a person. So we brought, you know, all this panel here tonight to really just share with you, you know, our heart, you know, my heart, you know, Reginald's heart, about, you all can do this. Now, if you're here today and you've been invited by someone on this hangout, they really love you, right? And they really want to see you succeed, and we have a solution, like Jocks was saying. We have a solution. So, his bank account was negative 28. I would have loved to see just a negative 28, okay? You know what I'm saying? So, maybe you're here tonight and you're looking for a solution. You're tired. We have a solution for you. So below this video, there are some buttons that are below. There's a Get Started Now, and if you have some questions, we want to get your questions answered so that you can get started tonight, so that you can get started, because 5 months from now you'll be sitting here in my spot, and hopefully I'll be on the beach or somewhere, right? that's we're putting the work in now, but we want to see you all here, and we know that you can do it. So if you're here tonight, get started. By all means, it's $19.95 to get started. We're not saying that's the end all of all the products. There are other products. But to just get started, to get your feet wet and get in to see what we're all talking about, guys, it's $19.95 to get started. So we thank you guys so much for coming out tonight, for sharing your evening with us this time. I'm getting ready to go to Zumba and work out because I want to be around to spend my money, okay? Hello, okay? Okay, I want to be around to spend my money. But, guys, we'll be back here on a Monday night. Actually, we have another testimonial hangout, and we're going to bring out people because, you know what, something that Freddie said was that, it's not even about the people like us who are making $10,000 and, yeah, great job, right? But it's about the people in this business that are making $5, $10, $100, $1,000, right? We want you to see those people, and they're going to be on the hangout on Monday night, the same time, at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We want you to come back to the same link you're on tonight. Come back on Monday night, and you're going to see people who never made a single dime online.
Okay, what happened to Keisha?
Oh, she was on a roll, too.
Josh, you booted her off?
What? No.
Oh, no.
Okay, well, she was saying come back to the same link that you're on right now, because you're going to hear from everyday people like yourself, possibly, who are making income with this company, because everybody does not want to be rich. And I apologize, I had to step away for a minute. We had a tornado or something going on outside. So anyway, I'm back, guys. But anyway, I guess we're about to wrap it up. I don't know what happened when I was gone. So do you all have anything else you all want to add before we close this thing out?
I'll do real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to tell everybody that, as it has been reiterated throughout the course of this hangout, it is a simple, 1995 decision. But when you get in here, you have to take action, because 100% of the products that you don't list, they won't sell. Somebody else will list those products. Somebody else will sell them. 100% of the people that you don't share this opportunity with, they're not going to join you in business. They'll join somebody else's business. So many times I hear people that make all types of excuses. I've always been one to find the reason. You have to dig down deep inside and really find a reason that is actually going to motivate you to action. I know Reggie talked about earlier what kept some of us going despite us not having the results that we really wanted. And for myself, it was just simply that I knew what the industry offered. I knew what it offered. I knew the money that I was making, but then again, I knew that other people were not being successful. So I just kept going, and the thing is, when you take action, you will get results. And sometimes an opportunity or success is right in front of you, but because you're so caught up on yourself, you don't see it. So I think I heard Reggie say this one time, or maybe he posted it on Facebook. But if your ego is bigger than your bank account, you are not going to make any money in this industry at all. So take the pride, take the ego, set it to the side, and learn from individuals that are already doing and achieving the results that you want. Because everybody on this panel, I pretty much converse with them, they're all willing to help out. They're all willing to help out, regardless of if you're on their personal team or not. So you have a group of individuals here that are helping other people succeed and change lives. I don't know about anybody else, but I know for a fact my life was worth changing for a 1995 decision. I throw it back to you, Reg.
All right, thank you, bro. Thank you. And here, really quick, we didn't really talk about the value of joining this team. At least I don't think you all did when I was gone. So, how would you all rate the value that you get for joining our team? Because, you know, we, of course, this is DS Domination. Most people know what that is. If you don't, then you can click on the Get More Information button or simply join the team. But even though you're signing up for $20, for example, that'll get you in the door, not only are you getting the eBay training, but you also get other things that supersede that $20 investment that you will make today to get started. So I want, Josh, I already unmuted. I could tell you ready to talk about this. So go ahead and tell everybody, I mean, how do you rate the value that people get? And you can tell everybody a little bit about what it is that they're going to get once they decide to partner up with us today.
I just want to say it quickly. I mean, all right, I'll just tell people real quick. The minute I got into the business, I started saving money because of what I was able to have access to in the business. That's why I got excited to talk about this, because I paid $20 to actually save more than $20, right? Because, you know, on the affiliate side of the business, we have, you know, I don't know, 20 capture pages now. We've got campaign tracking software, which I paid $50 a month for. We have, you know, even just the capture pages alone. If you're not technical, you got to learn how to make all those, or you got to pay someone else to do it. It's going to cost you hundreds of dollars. You're going to have to host them on a domain. It's going to cost you money. Where there's a built-in autoresponder that costs $20 a month that you get inside of there. There's, you know, we do these Google Hangouts where people can invite others. There's what else is there? There's a blog. We get our own website. I mean, our own website, our own blogging system, but it's not just a blog. It's a whole WordPress website that you can use that other companies charge $25 a month for just for a blog. We get it for free. There is a Facebook video poster that allows you to take your YouTube videos and put them directly to your Facebook with a little opt-in box on there so that people can enter their email address right on the video. I mean, honestly, I can go on and on. The weekly trainings we do 2 trainings a week. We do Google Hangouts every week. We do little FAQ sessions throughout the day. We do new member orientations. I mean, we have the most interactive team, not to mention our Facebook group with over 5,000 people, where if you have one question or one issue, you post your question in there, you get about 10 responses in 30 seconds because of all the people in there just willing to help. And the mindset that you get from being around all these successful entrepreneurs and motivated people, okay, I'm done, but it's just absolutely unbelievable. You can tell that I'm excited about it and that I'm so happy to be on this team.
Awesome, awesome. I appreciate you jumping out, and definitely, I mean, even aside from all the tools that's going to save you a whole lot of money, I understand some people may be doing other businesses. The training that we have, you can apply that to anything that you're doing. You're actually going to learn skills with that training that you can take with you and that will be with you for life once you learn those skill sets. And I think that is the most important piece of the puzzle. You know, aside from all the tools, but the training that you're getting, we have millionaire mindset calls and, like you said, the webinars, all this stuff that some companies will charge you for, or not even companies, sponsors would charge you for this type of training, but we are giving it to you for free because we want you to succeed. It's not about us nickel and diming you for more money, more training for us to train you how to build a business that you're going to help build our income with. No, we're not all about that. We want you to win. We want you to succeed, and that's why we give so much value, because we understand the importance of that. And, of course, the more successful you are, the more successful we are. So with that being said, anybody else want to add anything else before we wrap this hangout up?
Hey, Reginald, I'd like to share with people that when you come into the business, like everyone's talked about, take action and be consistent. Just start listing a few items every day. Just the power of the consistency, taking even a little bit of action every day, it builds up so fast. So like I said, my income, I've been watching it double every month. Now that's because the power of this business model is that essentially as you're listing items and then you keep adding more items and adding more items, that's just enabling you to create a bigger pipeline of income. So every month you have the ability to grow your income. You know, you start out with a small beginning here. You start out with a 1995 investment in your future, and it can change your life. You just need to take the action and be consistent, and the compounding effect will work in your favor.
Thank you, Jen. Thank you. Thank you. Anybody else want to jump out?
Hey,
Great.
Reginald, I want to piggyback on what Josh said as far as the system and the benefits of being with UOP. I mean, I have probably saved about $100, $150 since I joined DS Domination, because I was able to go back and cancel all of the other subscriptions I had. You know, lead capture pages, this, that. I don't need any of that anymore. Everything is here with UOP. So I say click the link below and get started.
Awesome, awesome. Well, we don't want to keep you all night. Again, I don't know if anybody else have anything else they want to share. If you do, really quick, go ahead and jump out. If not, definitely, guys, if you want more information, click on the yellow button below or click the Join Now button below to get started tonight. Make sure the person that you are signing up with that referred you to this Hangout name is there on that page before you fill out the form, because we want to make sure they get credit. And if anything, guys, if you haven't heard anything tonight, you know, I will pay $20 just to be in alignment with the people who are on this panel tonight, because not only are they people who are very successful with this company, but they are people who are looking out for your best interests, and they want you to win, and they bring value each and every week that will help catapult your career in this profession to the next level. So to be able to be connected with these people for only $20 is a no-brainer, aside from all the other stuff that we get. So with that being said, we're going to say good night. Thank you all panelists for coming out tonight, and we want to welcome you all in advance who have taken action and who are going to take action once you see this Hangout. And we will see you Monday on the same link, same place, same time, Monday, and we will talk to you then. Take care. God bless.